Hey, it's another Saturday night. Welcome to the GrimDark. I haven't got to say that for about 9 months now.
Blah,
We're back with the GrimDark, giving Brandon a break for a little bit. How is everybody?
Well, I was fine until everybody said "was up."
Oh,
Now I'm more damaged.
How was your flight, Brandon? And is anybody camming tonight or no?
I'm already in.
Brandon is?
You are. I looked well. Go. I didn't see anything.
He's in Discord.
No,
No,
I'm running
I-
both. I just set it up.
Are you in both? You are in both. Okay.
Okay, hang
Yeah,
on. Let me
really,
get it
I
set
can
up
just
over
click the
here
button.
because I'm like, well, if nobody's gonna cam, then I won't turn mine on. No one wants to see my ugly face.
Whoa. Don't talk about yourself like that.
This is GrimDark.
Hey, self-deprecation is the best deprecation.
Whoa. You're right.
But
And
when you're
Hi.
shitting on other people, it's a defecation.
How's everyone doing? Hi. Everyone having a good time?
why does Oren have his Discord icon on his picture? Or whatever that little drawing. Did something mess up on his? Hang on. I have not had to use this overlay for a while. Is Jack here? Are we missing anybody?
I am here.
He exists.
Where are
We have been
that's
summoned.
cams? That's Discord. Garrett, why is your stuff like that? Hang on, I'll figure it out in just a second. Technical difficulties. You went to, I'm assuming you went to see the kids this weekend, Brandon?
Yeah, it's my youngest's birthday.
How old now?
12. It's crazy.
The tweens.
Grow up so fast.
Well, Monday is my eldest's first day of high school, so I'm already reeling from that.
Yeah, Wednesday mine starts high school. Be a freshman.
Crazy.
4 more years. I'm on the 4-year countdown to freedom.
I hate to break it to you, but you're never free.
More free.
Layers of free.
I'm gonna ask my dad what he thinks about that, and I'll get back to you.
I feel like you're a bad example, Nick. You ask your dad if he's ever free of you, and he's gonna say no immediately.
No. I have three sisters. I have 2 sisters and a
Oh,
stepsister.
okay.
So yeah.
It's good to know he has some good children.
Oh.
He was ready with that one.
Damn, that was. I feel like I need to apologize. That one was. That kind of went into the realm of mean.
You know what? I'm just gonna I'm just gonna AFK and I'm just gonna go play Lorcana all by myself.
Not helping your case.
Oh, shit. Did that just close?
Hmm?
Hang on. It just closed my other fucking copy of Fantasy Grounds, didn't it?
I don't know. I haven't joined the nepotism stream yet.
Yeah, it did. Son of a bitch.
I forgot about the nepotism stream, if I'm being honest.
Hang on. For some reason, I'm like moving stuff around and it just closed that window. Hopefully, I won't have to redo the overlay. Hey, this is just like old times.
Yeah.
The real GrimDark. Crap.
The
Technical
The
issues.
real darkest grim.
And of course, it doesn't want to. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
I haven't made coffee yet. BRB.
Go make coffee while I figure this shit out and entertain everybody with technical difficulties. Everything's been set up for like an hour. Things working perfectly.
This is somehow Garrett's fault.
Probably. No, I don't want you to capture my win. I want the other one. pain in my ass. Okay, I think I'm going to have to kick everybody out.
Oh no.
Hang on, let me see if I can add a new source real quick. I'll try that first. It gives me a drop down to pick the source I want, even though I pick a different version of Fantasy Grounds, it stays on the same one. No, don't look at that. That's my screen. You can't see my hidden stuff. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna have to. Everybody's gonna have to re-log in because I gotta kill this. So the right thing will be on the right screen for our wonderful viewers. Okay. Kill this. Kill this. Relaunch it. Here's that one. So that will go over here. And this one will be mine. It's loading back up. Give me just a second. You're wrong. Either of those would be great. I've got both. I'm hoping soon to start a Shadow Dark game. I've got a couple of these guys. I've got characters rolled up. Say Old School Essentials is great too. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those. Okay, it's up now. There's the invite for anybody that wants to join. And we'll close that. Okay, I think that's done. And I was working on Garrett's thing. Before my other shit screwed up. Just a second. Yeah, Shadow Dark did really good at the Innies. I don't want that. Why can I not find what I'm looking for? Can y'all hear any sound yet? I think it's starting to
Nope.
reload. And no, I don't want that. Son of a bitch, sorry. Trying to find icon changer. There it is. Trying to fix Garrett still. Discord. Garrett.
I kept cranking up the volume on Sirenscape. I wasn't getting anything, and then a dog barked.
That's how you
It's like,
know.
oh,
I
no,
hit a mood. I
volume is
didn't hit-
working.
Hang on, I didn't hit a. I hit. That's a mood, not a music. See if that one does it. Sirenscape's got different. You've got moods and you have music. You can only have one of each going. I heard the dog that time.
Yep. Ooh, okay, now I gotta turn that down.
Let me know if the music is too loud because I have mine on a separate channel. So what I hear and what you hear is two different things.
I mean, we each get our own volume knob for it, so.
Well, for on stream.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah, I
I've got
can't hear
I've
stream.
got basically what stream hears and what I hear, and I can mute either
I see.
one.
I see.
And then there's that last thing to double check because that didn't fix it. It's a little loud. What about that? Or does it need to be lower? Just barely audible. Turn it up a little bit. So I just don't want it drowning out what anybody's saying or doing. And one last thing to check. Hey, there we go. I got Garrett fixed.
No.
Is Garrett even in here?
He said to start without him, he had to put some stuff away.
I wonder if that's the whole thing. Well, it fixed the little thing showing up, but I'm like, I wonder if maybe him just not being here was the reason. Okay. Well, damn, I wish that my fucking around had led to him getting here. Because he's
Got
part
prep
of
for
it.
Florida, man. And Florida, man.
He's gonna be Florida man. Yeah, actually, I'll use this as a good time because the dogs won't leave me alone. That means they want to go outside. Of course, now that I'm ready to roll, it's like let's have another interference here. I'll be right back. Entertain everybody, Brandon.
Why are you making him do it?
You know what? I'm gonna be the most entertaining person on this stream. Hey, everybody watching this stream.
Stop watching now.
Yeah, stop
That's a
watching now.
warning.
What are you doing with your lives? The fuck are you doing?
Nick said he's gonna
Huh?
try and be funny. So just
I'm gonna
you
try
just
and
don't
be
need to
funny.
watch
What do you mean
anymore.
try? I am funny. How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Gary, put that thing away.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Is it the second?
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
First of all, I didn't say it was scary. I said it was hideous. There's a difference.
Hideously scary.
It's a great dice box, though.
That's cool.
So wait, wasn't Nick going to do something?
Yeah, I told everyone to stop watching.
Oh, yeah, that takes care of it.
I knew it all along. I knew your plan would be that dastardly.
Diabolical.
What?
He's playing diabolical.
Oh. His grand master scheme to not have to be on stream.
Okay, I'm back. Do we have a Garrett yet or not?
He's backing.
He's
Right,
back.
but is he back?
You can probably hear us, right, Garrett?
Yeah, I can totally hear you guys.
Unfortunately, Garrett turned off his stream because you told him to.
Ah, shit, you're right.
Why'd you tell him to do that? Okay.
Well, you said entertain everyone, so I
I
told
said
that
Brandon. I did not say Nick.
Well, but Brandon was like not ready to entertain everyone. We're giving Brandon a break. Remember, there's a reason you're DMing this Saturday.
This is true.
I'm trying to give this man a break
He's
here.
he's got a mimic. Watch out.
Yeah, you missed it, so I had to do it again.
That's cool. Where'd you get that one? Or have you had that one?
No, my girlfriend found it at Comic-Con on the day that she went and I didn't.
Hey, that's okay. You don't appreciate you hanging out however long you can, man. Okay. So hopefully Garrett can hear. Of course, I posted the beginning of this, so y'all have all read your parts on that. But over the last 18 months, you've rooted out, to the best of your knowledge, and eradicated the changeling infestation that's taken root and grown through Hamburg over the last 30 years. During this campaign against the changelings, Count Grishnak issued each of you a writ granting you full autonomy to ask as you see fit within Hamburg. The City Watch in its entirety was directed to offer any assistance requested, and a specialized task force was assembled for your use. While you have removed a very insidious threat, life in Hamburg is still full of struggle and strife. Murders still happen, people still go missing, and the night is still dark and full of terrors. However, your candle flame has held the darkness at bay for this moment. The populace now hail you all as Hamburg's heroes, and food and drink flow freely for you at any tavern you enter. Count Grishnak has even awarded you a fully staffed manor house as thanks for what you have done for his people. Oren, the majority of the Watch now view you especially in high esteem and regard. Your leadership and martial prowess setting an example, encouraging new recruits to join the ranks of the Watch. Your daily drills and routines have honed many a normal officer into elite captains. Sokolum, you have spent many hours with almost every scholar in Hamburg and have been granted free access to many public and personal libraries across the city, including much of the Count's own. To say some of the tomes you've come across would be labeled as heretical is an understatement. Surprisingly, most of them were not found in the Count's library. Maximus, dealing this closely with the Watch and the task force has allowed you to make friends with several of the less scrupulous officers. This, coupled with the underworld contacts you've made over these last many months, has allowed you to start regrowing the jagged shadows. Even the more upstanding of the Watch turn blind eyes to your small crew's maneuverings, as long as you don't take things too far. Reginald, notoriety has brought with it scrutiny into your past, and it wasn't long before something was discovered about you. Your love of archaeology, and you've been granted entry to and ranking as a member of the Hamburg Historical and Archaeology Society with full access to their museum, including the restricted sections. Moose, waking up in strange places covered in blood has continued over the last months, but you've started to retain memories of the events and learned its cause. You've been cursed with lycanthropy and assuming the form of a bat creature on the full moon. You can't control it, but you at least know when it will happen and can take precaution to lock yourself away or flee deep into the woods during the 3 nights of the full moon. Unfortunately, you've also found out that bouts of rage can bring the beast out as well. Cleo, you've continued to master your newfound abilities, but also found that you have a hunger that wasn't felt at first from your return from beyond. That thirst is for blood. The wine that Count Grishnik sends to you helps to slack this hunger, but when it's not available, it becomes unbearable. There have even been moments during combat that you've lost control once blood is spilled, pouncing upon your opponents and tearing at their throats with your mouth. They also say that owners and their pets mirror each other's traits and mannerisms. The bond with Scab, and you transcend that of mere owner and pet though, and you've seen your own strengths and weaknesses reflected in Scab as of late as well. 2 notable events have also occurred over these last 18 months as well. The first being a twin-tailed comet appeared and is still visible in the northern sky. Since its appearance, a man known as Sigmar has been performing deeds some are calling miracles, and spreading teachings of a power that can drive chaos from the world. In his wake, a cult has been growing calling themselves Sigmarites. Even more strange, the Inquisition have not only allowed this to continue, but have started recruiting certain members of this cult that show the same ability to perform similar miracles into their ranks. Not much is known about them other than they are referred to as the Ardent. The other event was an attack on Dr. Grishnak by a group consisting of a man, 2 women, and what's being reported as an armored bear. Dr. Grishnak was forced to flee to the Count's castle where the attackers were driven off, but not before he was grievously wounded. Some report that he has fled the area, others that he succumbed to his wounds and died. Count Grishnak has refused to speak on the matter. Now, we pick up wherever you may be. Moose, what are you doing?
What time of day is it?
What time of day you want it to be?
I want it to be drinking hour, but drinking hour is any
beer
hour.
30 where at any time, so
Perfect. I'm gonna say it's.
We'll do this unless you need it to be a specific time. Let me see what the calendar shows.
Okay. Yeah. What
It's
does the calendar show?
Current time.
I was just gonna say like 7:30 a.m. and I'm already drinking.
Okay, if
Same
you want
bat
to do
time.
that, we'll just start at 7:30 a.m.
All right.
And what's Moose doing besides drinking? And are there, other than what I've described, is there anything you've been doing in between the time you've been hunting changelings? We'll say it's been, by the time you wrap that up, you've had like a month since that's been wrapped up. So
Okay.
in between doing that and over the last month, have you been working on anything or just carousing? What's up?
I'll say that I've just been wherever I'm directed to go. On his days where Sock or specifically Sock doesn't need him, or if anybody else doesn't need him, he spends most of his days just drinking and eating and he likes to go for long walks along the river.
Is this what you're doing or your Tinder profile?
I was gonna say,
This is this is my my
enjoy deep
GrimDark.
discussions.
Yeah, this is my GrimDark Tinder profile. So right now, I'm just eating a very large breakfast.
I
drinking
like
ale.
that's your GrimDark Tinder profile, and I'm just imagining it's your guy like felt cute, might get drunk again later.
Might
Exactly.
kill some
You're like
heretics later.
passed out on the ground. You're like passed out on a counter, slobber all over. Your face is all a mess.
But yeah, mostly just I hunt a little bit in my free time. Become one with nature as my tribe was or is. And yeah, Moose doesn't really have much. Oh yeah, and he's still learning how to read. I think Sock was teaching him in his spare time.
I think you were correct on the was, because didn't your whole clan get wiped out when you attacked the Rangers city or village?
I
According to your
think
backstory.
I think most of them did. I don't know what happened to the rest of them.
Reggie, what have you been doing?
So I think because he's got access to the restricted section of the archives. No, you said it was the museum, right?
Yes.
So is this like a library or like
No, it's
artifacts?
like a museum. They've got artifacts and everything. Boy, there's also a section of a library type, but historical things from the area. It's a historical and archaeology society.
I think that Reggie has just been kind of on this new angle of attack with the whole multiple personalities problem that he's been dealing with, that maybe there's some different medicine that might counteract what's currently working on him. So he's just been diving into any other records about maybe counterposing forces that may be, the antithesis of whatever kind of takes him over, and is looking for, I broke one artifact and had this problem start, so maybe if I find the right one to break, I can balance them out or delete the problem.
Unfortunately, most of your research has shown what's more unnerving is that it could be some sort of possession.
Perfect. So now what I need to do is get a different possessing entity to kick the first one out, and they can just fight.
Or find a way to remove it and put it back into a vessel.
That
any
too.
accounts that you have read typically lead in the subject also dying in the process.
Yeah, don't want to do that one.
Is Garrett back yet?
Yep.
What has Oren been doing?
Packing.
Yes.
Oren is about to go on vacation. He has told all of you he's leaving, going back to Pissport.
I thought you said vacation.
That's vacation from here.
Disgusting. Wrong opinion. Squirt bottle.
Keep your squirt bottle.
Oh,
to
wonderful!
yourself.
Your little icons popping back up. Anyway, what have you been doing while I work on that?
Things.
And stuff.
That's right. Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome. Anytime.
We should
Stuff and
collaborate
things is
more.
trademark. We can't use this unless we're playing Walking Dead.
Fuck. Sticking to my training regimen. Making sure nobody's throwing dead arms at the guardsmen, and
It's been a rough time. It appears that someone is throwing a dead arm at a guardsman every other week.
oh my god.
Those
I
are the ones
forgot
that are
about
report-
that.
Those are just the ones that are reported.
Yeah.
But where? Who are these people? I need to meet up with them. Definitely tell them how wrong it is. Definitely.
We've got like a
Lead by
bag
example.
of hands. Here, I've got 3 of these severed hands. Don't ask where they came from. Just throw them at the guards. Why?
Keep-
It'll be really funny.
Keep them on their toes.
Max, what have you and the shadows been up to?
We've been in the past few months. We've been kind of establishing a ground game, if you will. We've kind of through my less scrupulous members of the guard force. We've kind of worked out a system where I've squeezed out most of the not all, but most of the other ne'er-do-wells in the town.
So
And,
you're gonna be the big guild man of the town, huh?
Yeah. No one does any crimes unless it's my crimes.
I'll be the Whopper of Hamburg.
I can't believe you.
Would that make him the
believe you're just-
Hamburglar?
Oh no, he is. He's making a monopoly on crime. All the crime. He's all the crime now. Except for the
I'm
people throwing
100% of the crime.
Except for the people throwing hands at guards. For some reason, your guys just can't seem to catch the people doing that. They're always gone by the time you get there.
Sock, what do you
Throw
been doing?
hands.
I have been preaching the good word of a balanced life to everyone who will listen, which I assume is now most of the town.
He's been preaching
You
about
have
sitting on that thing.
several followers. Some of them are a little bit more zealous than others. May have
I don't know
gotten in trouble for
how are they
burning
zealous
couple
about living a
buildings.
balanced life? What does that mean? Are they aggressively balanced?
Aggressively balanced.
No, they take what you say in the wrong way. And
Oh.
since some others aren't balanced, that they apparently need to be purged. So there's been a few issues here and there. Nothing out of hand, but
There's going to be a lot of excommunications going on.
Cleo, what have you been up to?
Hi. So, Gab and I have been having some self-control problems. I would say currently we are out in the woods doing some agility training. I've set up a little course. Only the occasional circus trick just for fun. Owa owa.
Did you do that or
Um,
Nick?
Nick did that.
That's what I figured.
But yeah, I'm gonna say a lot of time spent in the woods lately.
Okay, are you out there currently, or do you happen to be in town as well?
I'd say maybe we're just finishing up and we're heading back.
Okay. So we see you and a scab. You're kind of moving through the woods, and the camera kind of comes up above the copse of trees and moving along, and you see a group of mounted people. You can't quite tell any details here. The camera kind of starts zooming in. You see about 15 to 20 horse, not sure, and it kind of follows along. You see the legs of the horses walking across, the dust kicking up on the trail. They're a leisurely pace. You can hear a banner flapping in the wind, and then a camera comes in to Hamburg, and it's kind of looking at the main gate entrance, and you see this group approaching. As they get there, there's a banner they're flying, bright crimson red, with a very large, like, capital letter I. Not an eyeball, but the letter I emblazoned on it with golden
Capital
glyphs.
eyeball.
Yeah. And most of them wear hats. I can't remember what the style is called, like what you would basically your witch hunter style hats. And it's at least you see two fully decked out inquisitors, one probably in his 60s, another probably in his 30s, leading their retinue. And amongst them, there's a woman in, for lack of a better term for the setting, in a habit. Solid black with a white cowl and a big golden chain around her neck with a twin-tailed comet emblem hanging on. As they enter the city, you just see all the people, eyes big, and giving them very, very wide berth as they come into the city. And they make their way to a stable, and the main Inquisitor gets off, walks across the street to a bar, which we see. I can't remember the name because I don't have all the notes out. The main tavern y'all entered first got here, and you see him go in, and then in a few moments, there's a young boy like hauling ass out of there with a rolled up piece of paper in his hand, heading down the street. Camera pans out, and we're back to the your manor house. Who all's actually at the manor house?
Max is at the manor house.
Definitely not I.
7:30 in the morning. I haven't gone to work yet.
I'm eating and drinking in the kitchen.
Sock, are you there, or were you?
I'm thinking about what I'd be doing at 7:30 in the morning.
You say that's that's as if you want, we can adjust the time. We'll say it's about noon, so people won't have to.
I think I'm just
that's
waking up.
when I asked Moose what he's doing. He started at 7:30. That was his store, so he's been drinking all.
I've just been drinking all day. I'm just the muscle man. If there's no need for muscle, I'm not doing anything.
You better be learning to read.
Oh, but Sock, the letters. I don't know what they mean.
That's why we're learning, Moose.
Fine.
They move around on the page and my head hurts. Oop, wrong book.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he has dyslexia, which would also be funny. That's the reason why Moose is having such a hard time learning to read. He's actually dyslexic.
I was
Nice
never
see-through
diagnosed.
mug, by the way, Brandon.
What's that?
Nice see-through mug.
Oh yeah, it's my magic coffee.
His Predator cup. And so we'll say it's noonish. Ale is still flowing for Moose. Meal is being prepped for the rest of you. You hear a knock at the door. It's fully staffed, so you don't answer your own doors typically, unless you happen to be near and want to. One of the butler basically opens the door. Child there frantically like, this is for Mr. Sock, and hands it to him, wide-eyed, and then runs off. Butler turns, walking into the Master Socklam. This came for you, some young boy. And he holds out a rolled-up scroll.
Please, you don't have to call me Master Sock. You can just call me Sock like everyone else. It's fine.
Yes, Master Sock.
I narrow my eyes at him. I'll grab the paper. I'll grab the paper and open it up.
You open it up. All it has written on it is the name of the tavern. What did we call that? Do you remember?
I just remember the birdcage.
Yeah, it's this isn't the birdcage yet. That one's different. I remember that one. The Greasy Spoon. We'll just go ahead and go to the classic until I can go back through the older episodes or my notes and figure out what it was. And it just has the name of the tavern, and it has a name. What's a name of a senior inquisitor that you know that you did not get along well with?
Horangitis Nomer.
Angron.
We call him Hor.
I love it.
So is that is Nomer his last name?
Yeah. He's Roman.
It has Greasy Spoon, Inquisitor Nomer, and it has his seal on it. That's it.
Sock's eyes roll into the back of his head, and he's like, "Oh, why, Homer?"
Sock's retinas detach.
This was the guy that tried to get me kicked out of the Inquisition for years because my brothers were all corrupted. I don't want to go look at his gloating face now that I've been kicked out. I wonder if I can pass somebody else off for me. I need Max or Reggie.
Reggie's just sitting there thinking how Master Sock sounds like a great big bad evil guy of like a puppet theater.
Now, he did use his whole name, but yeah, in your head, you just heard the sock part.
I guess I should go.
Have fun.
I won't. This is gonna suck.
Wait, so how long has it been since what's the dynamic? Do you still work for this guy?
No. I don't work for the Inquisition in any way, shape, or form.
Oh right, I knew that.
But if they don't get the contact that they were here to get, it could get ugly down at that like bar inn too.
Oh, so this is like you didn't get along with your old boss, and now that you don't work there anymore, you run into each other at the grocery store, and things are just kind of awkward. Like you can't boss me around anymore, but still kind of dislikes me.
I would say it's more like I went to a payphone and called him on that and told him to meet me at the grocery store.
Oh yeah,
Do you think
Yeah,
you
good
guys
luck with
could
that.
just like, okay, do you think Grishnak? You think you could just kill me and we can have Grishnak? Like, oh no, I was the conduit for the resurrection. I can't do that. I'm the only one that can't come back to life.
that makes you unique.
Thanks. I love being the only one where death is on the table.
Don't feel that way. It's on for all of you.
Does anybody want to go meet a few members of the Inquisition? It could be fun. There's like a 0.01% chance it could be fun.
I'm going to say this honestly. I have absolutely no desire to go meet any members of the Inquisition. I just got things sorted out with the guards here.
What have you gotten sorted out with the guards here?
None of your business.
Oh, he said out loud. Sock actually does say that out loud. He said out loud. I was really hoping they would send somebody cool. Is this like a real hard ass Inquisitor?
Yes. Now you don't know yet. As we saw from like if you were watching, you would not know who the other guy is. Actually, you don't know anybody else in the retinue that you could see. As once you go, you'll know. But you do know.
Yeah, the
him.
employee retention at the Inquisition is really bad. All right. If no one else wants to go, I guess I'm just gonna go alone.
Will there be ale?
But you know that as one of the Hamburg's heroes, you pretty much get free food and ale whatever you go.
You know what? I'll go for the free ale. And to
He goes
watch,
to the doctor.
and to watch you.
You get ale no matter where you go. You don't have to go to the Inquisition to get your ale.
Yeah, but I also get to watch. I get to watch whatever this happens, and honestly, last couple days I've just been eating and drinking. I'm getting kind of bored here.
I've never seen Sock on the back foot before, so this should be pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll tag along against my better judgment.
never mind. I don't want to go anymore.
It's too late. No takesies backsies. You have to go now.
Isn't Reggie sitting like at is he any positive or is he at 0? I can't remember.
We don't know. Well, he
Yep.
knows.
We don't know. It's been 18 months. He's probably negative again.
That means you've got like a blank check to decide what happened in 18 months.
Well, here's what you could do. You could
hang on.
roll a d20.
Reggie.
The first one is positive. The second one is negative, and you can see which one come out higher.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
so this is what I'm going to say.
Brandon, you roll 1d20, I'll roll the other. Whoever has the highest wins. And it's negative if it's me, positive if it's you. Ready? Go.
Oh my god!
-1.
Nice.
All right, -1 total.
Is this like Reggie's? Or he says he's going to, and you're just like, oh man, I already said I was going. Like, it's not that bad, but I don't really want to hang out with him.
I'll
All right.
tell you what.
Fine.
I'll tag along, behind a bit and just hang out in the area in case things go weird and you need somebody to run away and alert people to help you.
On the one hand, I'd prefer that you walked in front of me where I could see you. But on the other hand, walking behind me is the coward's way. And that's basically what I think you are, so.
So we have to walk together holding hands.
I give
It's
you a
the
big
only
old
way.
give you a big old smile,
We have to smooch. That's the only way we can be
Reggie.
sure.
and it
Right on my
it
shoulders.
looks horrifying.
Just gonna add an insanity point.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. So let's do over the 18 months and some of the shit you had to deal with. Gotta get back in. This is my setting, not the other stuff. Let's do 2d20 for each of you, and that's how many insanity you gained over those 18 months.
Oh heavens!
Funny.
Wow, I could only roll one higher.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Oh wow.
I don't think that puts anybody even close to anything.
Oh no, that puts me over.
Oh, it does? I
Yeah.
didn't think anybody was that high.
No, I'm at 84
Oh shit.
because I
I
gained
just-
a bunch.
Oh man.
Yeah, you said
I'm
2d20,
now at
and I'm like, that
73.
is
2d20 is
I
a
was gonna have,
lot.
like,
that is a lot.
D100, but
I thought you were gonna say like roll 2d10s.
y'all have
We
had
all-
to encounter some messed up shit over that time.
Yeah, but aren't we getting stronger? Like we're used to or desensitized now.
Well, that's just that means that you roll less often. Like things like when you encounter zombies and bullshit.
What do you
like
think
that
the
doesn't
what do you think the madness is? That is you being desensitized.
I mean, that's what PTSD is in a way. In a lot of cases.
Let's see. I think. Let's see what happens. Are you gonna be scared of the dark like everybody was last?
Oh, that's right. Everybody got that.
Let me do the math real quick. I know.
I'm
how
gonna
this
also.
works.
I'm actually gonna ride my horse there. I'm looking in my cohorts, and I forgot I have a draft horse named Cookies.
I
Nick
mean,
has
I
a
figured
horse
I'm just
too.
in town with the guard.
Word had spread
I'm gonna
quickly
walk.
enough to you that Inquisition and a retinue of followers have entered town. If that's, I mean, you haven't seen. There's not a inquisitorial presence here. So this is everybody knows who and what they are, though. So it's spreading like wildfire that they've come into town. Minor disorder. It didn't automatically work. You're absent-minded.
Oh, that's
Move.
annoying.
Wow.
Oh, that's
That's super annoying.
Absent-mindedness.
Yeah, say that seems more than a minor.
Yeah, that doesn't
That's-
seem like a minor
yeah.
at all. That is
I
a
would-
major.
I will adjust it later because this is stuff I copied a lot of stuff from existing tables from other things.
two below that is biting fingernails. This disorder is self-explanatory. It is not harmful, although it may offend some characters. That's in the same category as not being
Yeah,
able to
see,
move.
that's a
take
little
an
bit
action at the
much.
Same turn.
How about we lower it to that one? So you bite your fingernails a bunch.
I've got weird teeth now. That's fine. That makes sense.
You've got Dracula fingernails now.
Yeah, it started because of feeling your teeth feeling different. You started like messing with them,
A
and then
biter.
it developed into to biting your nails. Okay, there's that. So after you get word of this, what are you doing, Oren?
I figured I was in town with guards doing more cool stuff. I don't think I spend much time up at the manor.
Right, but I'm saying as you're doing drill stuff, word of the Inquisitors being here has spread. So you know that's not a normal thing for them to be here. That's pretty big news. You can choose to be like, okay, whatever. I'm just letting you know that word has reached you wherever you're training or whatever you're doing.
Well, I figure that if they want to have anything to do with me, they would come talk to me. Or we can all live in blissful ignorance of each other. I'm okay with that too.
It's a good way to live.
Or Sock can roll up and be like, hey, we have to deal with this.
Okay, so as you approach, you see like for probably 3 blocks before you get there, other than seeing shop owners that are in their shops, you do notice that most of them have pulled the shutters closed, and you don't see people on the street or coming in or out of any of the businesses within like a 3-block radius. Everything seems normal up to a point. It's almost surreal as you kind of like, you ever seen like when it's raining and there's just that line where it's not raining on one side, but it's almost like that with people. There's people and then there's no people. Dogs barking, birds singing, normal other sounds, except no people moving about. And as you get there, you see several men and women surrounding the perimeters, all wearing inquisitorial garb. That's Cookie. That's your horse.
Yeah, cookies.
The Clydesdale.
Yeah, so you hear this, that heavy clomp, clomp, clomp of Cookie on the cobblestones.
All right. I'm just gonna roll up like I own the place.
Say, no, none of them approach you, but you are being watched very directly. All the other agents you see are hand on sword hilts, just watching. And you've got Sock.
I don't blame him. I was a member of the Inquisition. I don't blame him. I'd have my sword.
You know,
in my,
the same kind of
I'd have my
thing
hand on my sword too.
is you can tell they're ready for action, but they are very relaxed. As you know, like to anybody that's actually dumb enough to openly attack a group of Inquisitors and their retinue is pretty suicidal to begin with.
It's like being relaxed because you have 8 well-trained bodyguards.
And say these are all the bodyguards, and they know their business. So you, Reggie, Moose, Max, you said you did not go?
I did not.
Smart man. We'll say about this time, Cleo, you're entering town. And if you want to be in the same area, you could be heading to a manor through a different street or something. But if you want to be like showing up basically about the same time to see this group outside and to see Sock coming up, you can do that. Or you can be, if you don't want to have any interest with these people at all, that's fine as well.
Oh, I'll interact.
So Cleo's coming up just as you're like getting off Cookie and like lashing your reins to one of the posts outside.
Cleo. Oh, I forgot you're deaf.
Great.
You
Well, I assume I see you walking, so I will raise a hand in greeting.
Yeah, you see his mouth move. You can tell he's saying your name.
like it. I do sort of like the idea where Sock like raises his hand, says Cleo, and then he's like inside his head, he's like, right, deaf. He's
I
deaf.
will walk up to him so I can read his lips better.
You sense the scab does not feel comfortable, and the hackles are kind of up, and he keeps a wide berth and just kind of goes off. He's to one of the other buildings into the shadows, just kind of sitting there, but you feel like an unease coming off of him.
I have some guests that have arrived all the way from Drisport. I'm going to see them now.
Oh, that's nice. Are they friends? Enemies? Inquisition?
Yes.
Yes. Great. Well,
all of the above.
Frenemies.
Inquisition.
It would be more accurate to say, I'm not sure yet.
It's like when someone who you like haven't seen in 8 years just got into a multi-level marketing scheme, and you're not sure if they're there to sell you something.
Mhm.
Oh, they're here to sell something, all right.
well, it looks like Scab is getting some vibes, so have fun with that. Be careful.
I won't, but thank you for the concern.
Moose, I told you you need to shower.
Do you want me to tag along, or are you just gonna do this solo?
I'm gonna grab you by the shoulders and like pull you in for a second, just be like, I am going to need all the support I can get to keep from exploding in the next 20 minutes.
Great. I'll tag along.
And I'm gonna walk in, and I'm imagining that this is like a saloon in the cowboy era, and I'm just gonna walk in with the doors flinging open and everything. Some music, a little violin starts playing.
Godfather music.
The music stops. Everyone looks.
You hear the record scratch.
For some reason.
So you're wondering how I
Also,
got here.
It's like Sock in a priest outfit walking into an old saloon. Bet you're wondering why a priest down here in the south coming into a old place like this.
Reggie and Moose going in.
That's where the
Yeah.
ale is, isn't it?
I kind of gave up on the whole I can blend in with the others since there aren't any others.
I also want to make a note. I feel like in the time since the skip, Sock has had some gray hairs and some wrinkles pop up.
Probably several.
Oh yeah. Sock
So-
might only be 27 at the oldest right now, but he's looking like he's mid-30s.
Like those memes you see is like, they say he's doing whatever super hard work, but I haven't had any problems, and I'm only 37, but it's like a 97-year-old dude's picture.
My favorite one is actually a super old guy saying, no, life in the military isn't hard at all. And it's like Daniel Craig, 24.
So as
There
you-
is no middle ground in the military. You either look like you're 30 until you're 60, or when you hit 30, you look like you're 60.
one or the other. So
I'm just
you-
going to walk in and go, Horngitis.
You see
I'm
him
here for you.
just look
You
up,
summoned me.
just look of disdain. As you come in, you see the barkeep that you all know very well. He's just like very nervously cleaning glasses.
You should go into the back.
He just nods and
But
heads into the
bring,
back.
After
bring
he
me an
gets a
ale,
drink.
please, first.
Of course, Lord Moose. And this dude just kind of cocks his head, looks at the barkeep, and then looks at you. So you
At me or at Sock?
well, you're all kind of together, but at the word Lord, it's like. So you keep high company now, do you, Socklam?
I really try not to. An undeserving dreg such as myself would not be worthy of such a title. I just happen to have given a service that the real lord here took quite a liking.
Yes, I've heard in the short time we've been here, you're in your little group. I assume this is all of them, and known as heroes of Hamburg.
Yes, this is all of them.
You
He
hear
narrows his
Max
eyes.
whisper in his ear, "Good answer."
He just kind of narrows his eyes at you and slowly nods, like, okay. So, Barkeep
he asked,
comes
and I was
out.
like, I'm not going to give this guy any info I don't absolutely have to.
So at this
This guy
point,
can
the
eat my
barkeep
shorts.
comes out and he is moving very quickly. Goes around the opposite side of the bar from where Nomer is, close, trying to stay away from his table. Sets down several flagons and nods, and then a little scullery maid comes out behind him, sitting down like a big. I'm always fucking up the word. Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie, yeah.
Of meats and
Delicious.
cheeses.
I've heard it said way worse, so props to that.
And both of them quickly leave the area. And the scullery maid, she gives a curtsy to y'all as well. And again, this guy kind of turns his head and looks at her, then back to you, Sock, with that and a little bit of a shake to his head. So we received word several months ago that you had tracked down Grishnak here. Now we hear tell that the Count is of the same name. I don't know if they're related by family or not. You requested assistance. And against my better judgment, and against my wishes, those with far more superior ranking than I decided I should go. So, I am here with Inquisitor Richelieu, and he turns and there's a much younger looking man than him sitting there. We brought with us Arden Jaquez as he looks at a woman wearing a habit.
I'll nod at the younger Inquisitor and say, "My lord."
He just
And-
gives he doesn't say anything, just a slight nod of the head. And you
can I
don't know what the
do
hell
like
an
a-
ardent is. You've never
That's what I was
heard of
about to.
yeah, you don't know what the hell that is.
Would it be possible to glean any information from what she's wearing, or is it just like a
Now
known
you
habit,
have seen
normal
you
one?
would probably know from just word of mouth, the rumors coming around. You've seen the twin-tailed comet in the sky, and she's very clearly wearing a medallion around her neck that in gold that stands out very much against the black of her habit. That's a twin-tailed comet.
Has the comet become of some significance to the Inquisition?
So far, it has proved intriguing and useful. There are many among them, like Ardent Jaquez here, who have a penchant for rooting out chaos, destroying it quite easily.
Our goals are always our goals, as always, are aligned. Then I must regret to inform you that I have lost track of Grishnak. He may even already be dead.
Then did you fail him?
Not personally, though I'd wish I'd had.
So you'd been tracking him, sent word to send help, reinforcement, and you don't know if he's dead or not.
Well, at the point that I would have found that out, sending another letter would have only made your journey twice as long, as you would have gotten here and then turned right around.
And nevertheless, we will be here. We'll do our own investigation. I have brought more men. Perhaps we can help you. If you can provide us with all known locations where he's acting. Is there any relation between him and the Count here?
I believe only by marriage. I could be wrong.
He just kind of narrows his eyes. So he would take his wife's name? That's very interesting.
It is a little weird. I also haven't seen him age.
So you
Since
have
the last time I saw him.
you
many
have
years
laid eyes
ago.
upon him. Have you spoken?
Yes. Spoken. Did we actually exchange, like, we didn't have, like, a real dialogue. You know what? No more than a few words.
We had dinner, didn't we?
Well,
Oh, did we?
The
well,
count.
he's the
Okay,
main
yeah.
person who brought back Cleo. So I mean, you've spoken with him a lot. While
we
there's
stayed
not
at his
like,
house.
yeah,
No, this
well,
is...
that's the Count's. He's
there's Count
basically a
Grishnak and Dr.
cousin.
Grishnak.
He's basically a cousin to Grishnak. But yeah, I mean,
I
y'all
see.
have spoken, not like where we had a lot of dialogue during game time, but the characters would have interacted, though not a lot. They have.
I've only spoken a few words with him. He still gives off the same feeling of uncomfortableness that his little necromancy dungeon did.
Cleo, you are noticing that this woman in the habit is like, her eyes have not come off of you, and wherever, if you step away from the group just a hair into that, she's following you.
I would say I'm currently sitting backwards on a chair, turning over some of the little slices of cheeses and crackers, and I'm gonna look up at her and give her a nice, polite smile, very specifically without any teeth.
I thought you were going to say a wink.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like making sure she sees my teeth. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
me.
Nope.
So I'm gonna. You don't need to roll for this. I'm gonna say you notice this as well. That her attention, even though you're talking and being questioned, she's not focused on you. She's focused on one of your companions behind you. You don't know who, unless you're specifically trying to turn and look and see.
Well, all three of them have some bullshit going on, so... Sock's probably thinking to himself, I'm actually more surprised that she's not on me, really, but this is fine, too. I'd be surprised if they didn't have eyes on any of us.
Well, I mean, yes, you're all being watched, but this is with you.
I
Doing,
mean, even the hard stare. I know what you mean.
yeah. It would be on you if Cleo wasn't here, so. So, do you have lodgings permanent here?
Yes.
Good.
I don't know if I can provide rooms for all of you.
Some of the men can make do.
Very
I
well.
will be expecting quarters for me and the other, and the Ardent and the other Inquisitor.
Use
of course.
mine.
Reggie, your face, or Brandon's face. What are the others hearing this? What are your reactions?
Moose is just thinking, they're not getting my room, that's for sure.
Say
More the merrier.
It's a nice manor house. There are guest quarters as well as basically the staff have a separate like little house out to the side where staff live that can be evacuated if need be. But
Why
the
is there a
thought of this, of
bomb?
course, doesn't make you comfortable. But an outright refusal, is going to bring a lot of scrutiny. Can you're familiar with the Count? Being
We have
heroes and
spoken
all,
on
I'm
many
assuming the local
occasions.
lord would have spoken with you.
Yes. I would
Good.
even go as far as to say friendly relations.
Very good. We'd like to speak with him.
I believe I can set something up.
Good. So tell me a bit about Hamburg. I've heard, of course, Ninja Sport, and as far north as this is, we don't get a lot of word. We know we do not have a presence here, which I do find this odd. And he turns and looks at Inquisitor Richelieu. He's like, have we not sent representatives here? He's like, we have, but there always seems to be oddities with either returning or odd reasons that there's no need for a permanent presence here. And he just shakes his head. That is very odd. A city this large should definitely have an outpost.
I actually agree. If the Inquisition did have a force here, my actions would never have been necessary.
Good. So, now that that's settled, I guess if you wouldn't mind showing us to where we will be lodging.
Very well. Sorry, guys, I'm co-opting your house. Our house.
Is the stuff going on with Moose and Cleo, is that known among the rest of the group, or is this being kept secret?
Well, some of the stuff that you knew, y'all were having weird dreams with Cleo, like walking up walls and stuff. So I would assume some of at least Cleo over the last 18 months with the hunting down of everything. Now you have seen, I believe Cleo's walked on the walls before in front of everybody, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And there were a couple of fights where Cleo just fucking loses it, throws weapons down, jumps on somebody, and like tearing their throat out with their teeth and appearing to like suck at the wound. That has happened a few times.
I just want to add, I recognize that I have a weird thing with blood now. I would complain about that very often.
It's my problem, but I'm going to make it feel like it's everyone's problem.
It's second puberty, but the worst possible thing ever.
And I say you are whenever you're... These have only happened a few times where you've lost it, and that's typically when you've either been... Y'all been down in like a sewer system for several days hunting. You've had to leave town to track something down out in the woods. When you're in town and you have access to be home within a day or, within a few days, partaking of the wine that the Count has supplied you with, you never notice it when you have wine available. That specific wine. So I don't know if you've shared that or not. You have noticed this. And he said, what all you've shared with that, I don't know. Now Moose may be a different case, because y'all do know that he was being found covered in blood, just like no memory of anything. As it's progressed from there, I don't know what Moose will have shared.
I feel like we can put two and two together. He's waking up in the woods covered in blood. Maybe we don't know he's a were creature, but he's definitely got something going on specifically on the
Now, what would you
moon.
have shared, Nick, if anything? Did Nick pass out?
Nope, just getting water. I would have shared a little bit with Sock, and that conversation would have gone something like this: "Hey, Sock, there's some weird stuff happening. I'm gonna go out to the woods."
No, as you're saying this, I'm like incinerating the last changeling. You're like, something weird's going on as I'm burning this creature from hell to death.
Yeah, so I keep waking up in the woods covered in blood. I think I'm not 100% myself on the night of the full moon. So here's the key to all my shit. I hand you a key. Guard it with your life, and if I don't return, it's yours to do with whatever you want. And I'm going out to the woods tonight because it's the full moon. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. And then I take off all my clothes, lay them on. I fold them up nicely, lay them on like a table or something. Except for I've got like a loincloth or something. Oh, and I don't want to. I've ruined like 7 pairs of clothes now with all the blood. It's really hard to get out. So
It's fine. It's fine. I understand. You can go now. I have my eyes closed.
All right. Thank you, Sock. And then I walk up and I place my hand on your shoulder.
Oh God. It's just like that piss test I took in the army again.
I just want you to know. Thank you for being such a good friend. I feel safe knowing that I can share my secrets with you.
Yes, you can.
I really wish you wouldn't, but you can.
Moose was a little emotional. He gives you a hug.
Which is very uncomfortable because he's only in a
I
loincloth.
fucking cast Misty Step. And I just disappear.
Since my hand is on your shoulder, do I go with you or no?
No.
Okay. Oh.
I just leave the area.
Oh.
You don't need to do that. It's fine. You can go now.
Oh, you're still here. Okay.
I'm
All
less
right.
comfortable with your Johnson hanging out.
I look down at my loincloth.
When you went for the hug and you were brushed up against for that moment, it's kind of moved off to the side, so you're just hanging it.
My Johnson? Oh, no. In my tribe, we call them the seal.
Well, you have quite a mighty seal. You can go now.
All right, into flashback.
Oh, man.
Please stop clubbing your seal when I'm in the room.
A new euphemism is born. We see that as this has gone, it's ritual now that you do this. And at first, many people as you leave town think it's weird, but after what you've been doing to become the heroes of this town, there's a little group that have kind of picked up on the timing, and they run alongside you in nothing but loincloths as you leave the city. They run down the streets with you. Now they don't go out in the woods with you. They stop at the gates because you've probably given stern looks or threats. But regardless of any other threats than that, it's like a little following you've gathered that they run in their loincloths with you.
So I bust my ass all this time trying to get followers, and Moose gets them by running down the streets naked.
Yep.
I am 100% a member of Loincloth Club.
Oh no!
The old clubber's running club.
Yep. And I also, before I go out, as the months have gone on, I've also taken to like taking like you know how like Native Americans would they'd make that colored kind of like paste, like oily paste that they'd put on themselves, and they'd like draw symbols and iconography.
Like the Celts would put on the woad.
Oh yeah, face paint. Listen, dude, I'm tired. Okay, I'm not thinking. Also, I'm Moose. I have a negative intelligence.
What's the paint that you put on your face? The face paint? Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Paint face. Yes, that's what I put on my face.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, so I start to look a lot more tribal as time goes on. Even more so than I already do with my
Even
face
though
tattoos.
the tribal tattoos are all over you.
I've added more.
How you doing, Garrett? Time-wise?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm I'm all right. I'll probably do 30 minutes or so.
Okay. I say, well, we can do a short one tonight. Because I know you said you need to take off early.
Yeah, I gotta be at the airport in like 6 hours.
This is probably a good point then. If we're like leaving to go to the mansion, if he needs to be up that early.
Yeah, that's up to you if you want to keep doing something, or if you want to use this moment to. It's a good segue.
On a cliffhanger enough.
Say kind of a short one tonight. We've only been going an hour and a half, and probably 30 minutes of that was me fucking up with technical difficulties. And I got a dog wanting to go back out, so this will be good. Short, but we're just getting back into it, knocking the rust off. So I thank everyone who hung out with us. Appreciate it. You can catch replays on YouTube and Rumble. Likes, follows, shares appreciated. And hopefully everybody will be good, and we'll be back here next weekend without technical difficulties and play a little bit longer. Otherwise, we will see you Tuesday for Kelsto's game, and I will find us someone to raid if you hang out through the credits. Have a great weekend, everybody. Night.
I love you, Twitch.
Good night, everybody.
We love you, YouTube
Right
and
on.
Rumble and Kick and everybody else's too.
Yeah, whatever.